My beautiful viewer, please subscribe my channel and like the video. The sun sets over the golden savanna, its dying light casting long shadows across the landscape. In the quiet of Marakele National Park, a desperate roar cuts through the air. A powerful male lion, the king of this wild kingdom, is trapped, struggling against the chains a hunter's cruel device. His majestic mane, now dusted with dirt and blood, sways with his effort to break free. But just as hope seems lost, a lone man stumbles upon the scene. Will he turn away from the danger or face it head-on? What happens next will change the lives of everyone, man and beast, forever. The vast expanse of Marakele National Park stretches, as far as the eye can see, a breathtaking horizon where the wild grass meets the sky. This is one of the most beautiful and dangerous places on Earth, a sanctuary for both predators and prey. The golden grass sways gently in the wind, but not all is calm. Hidden deep within the tall grass lies a majestic creature in grave danger. A male lion, the proud leader of his pride, struggles in the grip of a hunter's trap. His massive paw is caught in the cruel metal, and with every desperate pull, the chain tightens. His eyes, once full of dominance, now show only fear and exhaustion. His roars echo across the savanna, but no help comes. Only the eerie silence of an approaching night. Nearby, a lone traveler, a man deeply in tune with nature, treks through the wilderness. He's not here by accident, drawn to the park by its beauty. He spends his days observing wildlife, photographing the beauty of this untamed world. But today, he hears something that stops him in his tracks, a lion's desperate cry. Cautiously, the man makes his way toward the sound, his heart pounding in his chest. When he finally sees the scene before him, he freezes. They're not 50 feet away. The king of the jungle lies on the ground, fighting for his life. The lion, aware of the man's presence, lets out a low growl, a warning not to come closer. But the man doesn't turn back. He knows what he must do. Approaching the lion slowly, the man assesses the situation. He has no tools, no plan, but he's not going to leave this magnificent creature to die. The trap is brutal, and the man knows freeing the lion won't be easy. But as he edges closer, something else happens. A group of female lions appears in the distance, watching, waiting. Their eyes glow in the fading light, a sign of both curiosity and danger. The man now stands between life and death, not just for the lion, but perhaps for himself. The sun dips lower, casting long shadows over the dry earth as the man stands frozen in the face of danger. His eyes flick between the trapped male lion and the 5 female lions that are slowly approaching. Their sleek, muscular bodies move with precision, every step calculated, their eyes locked on both the man and their fallen leader. For a moment, the man feels an overwhelming sense of dread. Has he come too far? But something in the way the female lions move suggests hesitation rather than aggression. Could they sense his intent? The man knows he has only moments before the situation becomes truly life-threatening. Ignoring the pounding of his heart, he kneels down beside the trapped lion. The beast growls lowly, but there's no lunge, no attack. The lion's amber eyes meet the man's, and in that moment, a silent understanding passes between them. This creature, despite its raw power, knows it is helpless and is placing its last shred of hope in a human before it. The man works swiftly, his fingers trembling as he fumbles with the cruel device. Every sound of metal against metal makes the lion twitch, but the man presses on, knowing that time is running out. Meanwhile, the female lions inch closer. Their breath is visible in the cooling evening air, and their eyes never leave the pair, man and lion, locked in a delicate dance of survival. Suddenly, the man feels a final click of the trap. He pulls the device open, releasing the lion's massive paw. Blood drips from the deep wound, and the lion stumbles, trying to regain its balance. But instead of roaring in pain or attacking, the male lion slowly rises and limps a few steps away. The man watches, his breath catching in his throat. Is this it? Will the lion turn on him now that it's free? To his surprise, the male lion doesn't attack. Instead, it stands tall, its weakened body casting a long shadow across the savanna. The 5 female lions, now only feet away, stop in their tracks. They don't attack the man. They don't charge. They seem to understand the moment unfolding before them. They stand sentinel around their leader, forming a protective circle, as if guarding him from the outside world. The man steps back slowly, his heart still racing. He doesn't turn his back on the pride. He knows better than that. But as he retreats, he realizes something incredible has just happened. He's been spared by the most fearsome creatures on earth, all because of a single act of compassion. As the man retreats to a safe distance, he watches in awe as the lion pride gathers closer around the injured male. The sun has almost disappeared, leaving only a soft golden glow on the horizon, casting a surreal light over the scene. The male lion, now free but still weak from his ordeal, stands tall. His once mighty frame is battered and bloodied, but there's a quiet dignity in his stance, a resilience that seems to pulse through the pride. The female lions, their sleek bodies moving with grace and precision, close and around him, their amber eyes glowing in the twilight. They form a protective barrier, not just from the man, but from the threats of the wild. The man watches, heart pounding, as the lions seem to communicate in a way that only animals can, through body language, through a bond deeper than words. Just as the man thinks the danger has passed, a sudden movement catches his eye. In the distance, a new threat emerges. A pack of hyenas, drawn by the scent of blood, begins to slink out from the shadows. Their high-pitched cackles echo across the plains as they move toward the weakened lion, their eyes gleaming with hunger. The man tenses. This could be the moment where the balance of power shifts, where the pride might be overwhelmed. But the female lions are ready. They don't flinch. They don't hesitate. In perfect unison, they turn to face the approaching hyenas, their lips curling back in silent snarls. The man can see the power in their muscles, the intensity in their eyes. These are not lions to be trifled with. The hyenas, sensing the strength of the pride, pause. For a tense moment, predator faces predator, the wild teetering on the edge of chaos. Then, with a final show of dominance, the female lions let out a series of deep, resonating growls. The sound reverberates through the savannah, a clear message to the hyenas. Stay back. The pack hesitates for a moment longer, their yellow eyes flicking between the lions and the man. But they know better than to challenge a unified pride. Slowly, reluctantly, they retreat into the shadows, leaving the lions and their human ally in peace. The man exhales deeply, his muscles finally relaxing. He knows how close he came to being caught in the middle of a deadly showdown. But for now, the danger has passed. The man watches as the lionesses turn their attention back to the injured male, nuzzling, tend to the injured male with a gentleness that contrasts sharply with the violence of savannah. They nuzzle him softly, their movements slow and deliberate. It's a touching moment, one that reminds a man of the complexity of life in the wild. Even here, in a place where survival often depends on tooth and claw, there is tenderness and loyalty. The man takes a step back, his heart still pounding from the intensity of the scene. He knows that the male lion is not out of danger yet. His wound is deep and infection could set in, but for now, the pride is safe. The night is falling quickly, and the man realizes that he needs to get back to camp before darkness completely takes over. As much as he wishes he could stay and ensure the lion's full recovery, he knows that this is not his world. He has done all he can for now. As he turns to leave, the man pauses one last time to look back at the pride. The lions have gathered close around the male, their golden eyes glowing in the dim light. There's something about the scene that feels almost magical, as if he's been granted a rare glimpse into the soul of the wilderness. The man feels a deep sense of fulfillment. He came to Marakele National Park to observe nature, to understand its beauty and its cruelty, but he never expected to play a part in saving one of its greatest inhabitants. The experience has changed him. He now understands the delicate balance that exists in the wild, where every life, no matter how powerful, is connected to every other. With the sound of the lion's low, rumbling purrs echoing in his ears, the man turns and begins his trek back to camp. The wind rustles the tall grass around him, and the distant calls of birds signal the arrival of night. But there's a peace in the air now, a sense of calm after the storm. The man walks with newfound respect for creatures of the wild, knowing that tonight he was part of something much larger than himself. In the heart of the wild, every life matters. Just as the man saved a lion, you too can make a difference. Protecting endangered species like the African lion is not just about survival. It's about preserving the beauty and balance of our world. If this story moved you, consider taking action today. Support wildlife conservation efforts. Donate to organizations working to save these majestic creatures. And raise awareness. Together, we can ensure that the king of the jungle continues to roar for generations to come. Subscribe to our channel and join the fight for wildlife conservation.